Today is one of those days when things don't go according to the plan, or things get done later than they're not supposed to, but maybe that I would want them to be done. Example, I had podcast recording. It was like a swap episodes situation where we recorded one episode on my podcast, and then the second part of the conversation is on the other podcast, and it was really good episode actually. Both of them, or like the whole conversation was really good, and I'm looking forward for it to come out. But initially we had planned to do it like an hour. Um, we went over, we talked almost 2 hours, and that meant that even the workout it was pushed um, kind of further back. And even with that, I because today in the morning I was out of the house instead of being home like I usually would be in the morning. I didn't get to do my first 75 hard workout until what was it, like 3, 4 p.m. And for 75 hard, you need to have 3 hours in between the workouts. And then I had calls, so that's kind of how I got to doing the workout late. But what I would have before, this is not the first time. The during 75 days, there will be at least one day for the most part where things don't go according to the plan, which is fine. Those are the test days. Those are the days when you actually get the most stretched, which means that you grow the most. And as I was doing the workout, I was actually thinking about how I was thinking about, sorry, my brain is stopping to work slowly. How when I had similar days in the past, let's say during the first 75 hard or maybe even the second, I would be not necessarily beating myself up, but feeling sorry for myself or having this story of like, oh, I should have done it earlier, or I'm tired and I don't want to do it. Maybe I'm just gonna start it over. The whole thing. And I have had days in the past where I actually give in to that conversation and end up not doing the workout or stopping it early or listening to the voice in my mind saying that all the reasons why it's better to start tomorrow or it doesn't really matter and the whole thing. Today, I actually had no thoughts. And as I was mid workout, I checked my clock and I'm like, oh, I'm already like halfway there. And I think what I was thinking about was that a lot of times action creates motion, and with that, you start to get less resistance towards doing action. You kind of get in a habit of doing the action. And also, the more you do, the less you actually focus or like the less you think. In this case, I was just doing the workout. I was like, okay, next 45, it was like an interval workout. So next 45 seconds, I focus on doing the exercise, rest, exercise, rest, exercise, rest. I was just focusing on that instead of, oh, after this, I then have to do that. And then I have to do a bit more work and I'm really tired and I had really long day. And the whole stories that I would have before, I didn't have them now. I was just present in the moment, just doing the workout and I think big part of it is that momentum that you build with taking action, where the more action you take, the easier it is to take more action, and the less you think about how much action you need to take because you understand that there's endless amount of action that you need to take to get better, to move towards your goals. And it's a never-ending list. And I think that once you accept that and stop looking towards the finish line, the end of it, that's when you're able to actually be present and just do it, which really is all we have, anyways, the present moment. Whether you are in it now or whether you are reliving something in the past or thinking about the future, but all you really have is this moment. And that's where I understood that because I was able to not think about it and accept it. Okay, this sucks. I don't feel good. I feel tired. I would prefer not to do this and just go to sleep. That sucks, but I will go to do it anyways. I accept it, and then with that, I don't give maybe as much power to stories that would come, or they don't even come because they're not that relevant. I know I will get it done anyways, and I might as well just focus on the workout. And that's what I did. And now I'm recording this before I forget it because I felt like it was really interesting thought. um, that I wanted to share, and I'll get back to my task that I need to finish for the day. But it is something really interesting of what happens when you start to take more action and the momentum that it builds, where now with every action that you take, you have less resistance towards taking that action, and you also have less of the negative thoughts about taking that action.